Hello and welcome to the Moist Dub Podcast, the fastest growing podcast on YouTube. Don't fact check it. I'm here with my partner in crime, the co-owner of the Moist Dub Podcast, the Mackie Moo.
Hey, how's it
going? So we have been doing especially good on our merch. 7 people have bought it. Here, let me give them a quick shout out. Give me a sec. So how'd your day been, Mac?
My day's been pretty good today. Not too much to complain. I like recording the podcast, so, we're here. What about you?
Alright, so we have sold 7 items from our merch. And don't forget to get our merch. Mac will show you a picture of it right now. I'll remind him while he edits this. Thank you to Carol T for buying 2 items. Thank you to Doug W for buying it 1 item and then a $5 tip. Much appreciated. Didn't have to do that. And thank you to Jessica A.B. for buying 2 hoodies. Thank you guys a ton, and let's get into the podcast.
Alright,
So,
first question.
Do you have any character voices you can do, Mac?
Me and Jackson know this. We both used to do Kermit at school, and ever since we stopped doing it, we couldn't do it anymore now.
Mac, move your mic closer to you. You're
We
cutting out.
We can't really do it too much, the Kermit voice anymore.
Give us your attempt.
Hey, how's it going? Really Frank here. I can't do it as good as I used to. Can you give us an attempt?
Well, it's not the only character I can do, though. So,
Just give us the attempt.
I'm at the front here.
Comment whose Kermit is better. I'm gonna make
Obviously
seven
mine.
other- I'm gonna make
I can
7 other
somewhat
accounts.
do a Steven Universe voice. Little kid Steven. Hey guys, it's me, Steven!
You're getting kicked.
I can also do, well, it's not like a cartoon character, but like, in a
Express
Smosh
yourself.
Games video, Shane Top did a voice called Calamity Janet, and I can somewhat do it. It's me, Calamity Janet!
I don't know who that is, but sounds spot on.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
And I'm working on a Patrick also. How long is this, the Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick.
so is that all the voices you can do?
For now.
Fucking loser. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, what movie can you watch over and over and not get tired of it?
You answer first, because I'm trying to see. I'm gonna get the exact movie title.
I feel like there's this movie called Tintin, very old movie from like 2008. It's like my childhood film. Nobody's ever really seen it, but it's a really good film. It's from the UK, I think. But I know it's a pretty good movie. I would love to watch it nonstop. It's on Netflix. I love that movie. So what about you?
Mine is either. Well, no, it's. Shut up. It's Naruto Shippuden, the movie Blood Prison. It's really good. It's got like good animation in it. It's got a good story to it. I think I could watch that every day.
So what's so good about that movie?
The story about it's super good. The animation style is way ahead of its time. It's just all around so good.
For the
I
longest
recommend
time,
watching it.
I thought the Tintin movie was so real. Like, in my head, now that I think about it, it looks fake. But back then, I was like, wow, these people actually look like this. And they had
It all
such
made
big
sense.
noses. They had such big noses, and I was like, wow. But yeah, I love
Mac
that
finally
movie.
found his home.
Shut up. Okay, so what's a TV character you think you can relate to?
Like character-wise, like me and this character act a lot alike. Like we always try to see the best in people and all that. We always try and like gains people's trust. We we can somewhat make friends with almost anyone we talk to once we finally talk to them.
Yeah, you wish.
Shut up. It's Naruto Uzumaki. Now, that's it. But, like, me and him have I relate to his personality a lot. He's goofy, he's kind-hearted, he's very will-powered, like, he's a very positive person in general. He's had some tough things in his life, and he never let it get him down for too long. So, like, I appreciate that, and that's what I aspire to be like. So, yeah, it's Naruto. And I swear to God, Mac, if you say Steven Universe.
I feel like SpongeBob, to be fully honest. I feel like, because I feel like my grandpa... Okay, shut up. I feel like my grandpa is like Mr. Krabs. That's how I've always felt for years, that my grandpa is Mr. Krabs, and I'm working for him. Because I always used to hang out with my grandpa a lot. And I still do, but, I feel like I'd be a great SpongeBob. And I feel like we can relate to him. Me and him, man.
What old person things do you do?
I've been hurting my back recently. I can't even get up sometimes. It's honestly painful to even walk sometimes.
I'll like lay down and try and crack my back.
I love cracking my back.
Like, I'll lay down and I'll feel my back readjust.
Ooh. That sounds actually kind of good.
It feels great. But that's not like, I don't do it on purpose though. I'll just lay down. But yeah.
Okay, cool. So, here's a good question. Top 10 TV characters.
Alright. So, my top 10. Mac knows him. Mac loves him. I love him. Steven Universe.
But he's at 10?
Yeah, Steven Universe is at 10. I know. But, yeah, Steven Universe, my top 10. He's a goofy kid. He has always tried to be a positive person. He always tries to help people. And then in Steven Universe Future, he had a really tough time. He lost himself in the way. But, like, he tried to make everything better. He only wanted to fix things and all that. And, yeah, it's Steven Universe, top 10.
So, who's your number 9?
Mac, you say you're number 10 now.
Oh, Goku. I think Dragon Ball Z, very good show. I put Goku at number 10 because I haven't watched the show in a while. I just put him at number 10 because I just, felt like it was a good idea. But yeah, I like Goku. He's very cool. He eats, like, a lot of good foods that I wish I could eat. Like, a shit ton.
Yeah.
I wish I could eat like Goku and never get fat.
Yeah, but he also works out 15 hours a day.
That's also pretty a lot. I could do that too, but like, I choose not to.
My number 9 is Shiro Ashia. It's the Devil's Assistant from Devil is a Part-Timer. It's a great anime. I recommend watching it. It's on Netflix. It's so good.
I would put up a screen of an image of it, but I don't know what the fuck you just said. But honestly, good answer.
It's about the devil. The devil took over an entire nation, and then there was one person who was supposed to stop him, but they opened and when they finally started to lose, they opened a portal to Earth, and it was also Tokyo, Japan, and after a few months, he got a job at a place called McDonald's, also known as, in the real world, McDonald's. Yeah, but it's just really funny, and it's really good.
Okay, so for my number 9, I love this character, Keanu Reeves, aka John Wick. He is such a badass.
Alright, that's fair.
He is such a badass in this movie. Oh my god.
I've never seen a John Wick movie.
Shut up. And the best part is when he gets like a pencil and just slams in that guy's eye. The ball.
Wait, hold on. Did you say your favorite character is Keanu Reeves?
Well,
also known as John Wick.
well, I put Keanu.
Is that what you said?
No, I put Keanu Reeves, aka John Wick.
Alright.
But yeah, he's just a whole badass in this movie. He literally went went across state, I think, to just take his car back. It was insane. He killed 40 people in that movie. It was kind of awesome.
Yeah, he's a real badass. But my number 8. Number 8.
Burger King.
Blackjack from that one SpongeBob episode. Blackjack. You know the really small sponge that SpongeBob was scared was gonna beat his ass?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Something about that episode just made me laugh so much because SpongeBob was honestly terrified of him. And he was so small. It was honestly amazing.
Oh, that's funny. That is honestly funny. Okay. I put number 8 as a SpongeBob character too. I put Doodle Bob. Honestly,
that's good. That's honestly good.
Great episode. Funny as fuck, in my opinion. Yeah, Doodle Bob was just funny as hell. Like, you're like, me. That was always fun.
Oh, wait, it was Flapjack.
No, it was Blackjack.
Wait.
I just looked it up.
Was it Blackjack?
Yeah, I looked it up.
Yeah.
He always was funny. Freaking Doodle Bob. He was hilarious. What about you?
For my number 7, that's what we're on now. Yeah. It's Hinata Hyuga from Naruto.
What?
Now, Naruto is a great anime overall. I recommend watching it. It's so good. Just watch it. Alright, that's it. Hinata, she's very kind, outgoing, very shy. She's pretty good.
Okay. I put number 7 as Steve Universe. Jackson basically described him funny. You know, he went through a lot. In future, he turned into this big I'm not gonna say any spoilers, sorry. If you guys didn't watch it, but
it's been out for 2 months. If they haven't watched it, they haven't watched it.
Okay.
He turns into a monster.
Yeah, like a full-on monster, and he's just hiding all these secrets, shattering people. It's honestly a very good show. I prefer the regular show over anything where he's like a little kid. But hey.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, so what's
Alright,
your number?
my number 6. Mac's gonna be mad at me for this one, but it's Steven Jr., the cat from Steven Universe. Yes, I put him above Steven Universe because it's a cat with a scar over its eye. It's like the Kakashi of Steven Universe. You good there, Mac?
Okay. As my number 6, I put Courage the Cowardly Dog. Amazing.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched that in forever.
I hate how, oh my god, what's the wife's name? Oh, whatever her name is. Everybody in that show is so fucking stupid. There's actually theories about that show that Courage is actually just trapped in hell, trying to save them, but he can't sometimes. There's a lot of theories with that show, but it's kind of weird but fun. So. All
right, and now I feel like we should do some honorable mentions, like stuff that we had to debate over, like for certain spots to be on this list.
Honorable mentions at number 1?
No.
Yeah, it is.
Fine. All right, my number 5 is Goku from Dragon Ball. So Goku as a little kid was so funny. Because he didn't know any social cues or anything, he just did whatever he wanted. He didn't know what was right and wrong. He felt people's penises or genitalia just to see what gender they were. And he didn't understand that if they didn't have balls when he first met Bulma, then he would just ask, what happened to your balls? He didn't know that girls were a thing. Or like, he promised to marry Chi-Chi thinking it was food. Like, who doesn't want that? He said, well, one day you're gonna have to marry me. He said, when it's our marriage or something like that. And he says, what's it taste like? It's just all around a good show. Watch Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z is good too. Dragon Ball Super's good.
If you guys have never watched Dragon Ball, don't watch it in the English version. It just don't.
Oh yeah, English version is so bad. At least for normal Dragon Ball.
Yeah, like, I just don't watch it. The voice acting.
In Super, go ahead, but Dragon Ball, normal Dragon Ball, his voice doesn't match his. Like, if you don't like sub, I don't see the difference between sub and dub. Besides, you have to read a little bit of subtitles, which is fine.
Yeah, I don't see a too big of a problem. So for my number 5, I put Patrick Star. That guy is fucking hilarious. He always looks like he's stoned. Have you ever seen that one episode where he pretends he's going to the SpongeBob and him get a clam to raise? And Patrick goes to his house to go to work, but he's just watching TV and eating donuts. Such a good episode.
Oh yeah.
It's funny. And the clam like poops so much. Oh, such a good episode.
Alright, number 4. Sadao Mao from Devil is a Part-Timer. Sadao Mao is the devil and he works at a McDonald's. What else do you want from him?
Everything. Money. I want money.
He has a decent amount of money.
I want money.
He works at a McDonald's.
Real life money.
Well, he's not a real life character, so sucks to suck.
I put for my number 4, Roger Smith. Funny character. American Dad. I don't care what anybody says. Roger's probably the only funny person in that show. Like, this show's not even funny to watch. They made a Weekend episode about the Weeknd being a virgin. But Roger's honestly just funny. Because I like how
I enjoy Steve also. Like, Steve and Stan.
Oh, they're okay. What'd you put for
now,
number 4?
It's number 3, actually.
Sorry.
Kaneshi Hiro from The Disastrous Life of Psyche K. Now, The Disastrous Life of Psyche K is a great anime. It's super funny. It's just like, it's weird also. Like, it's about a kid who's what's it called? Who's a psychic. But the reason I like Kaneshi Hiro is he gives the best speeches, and then when he plays a sport, he always ends up falling face first, and his ass always ends up showing. I don't think there's an episode he's in where it doesn't show his ass.
For my number 2 spot, Carl Weezer. Who doesn't love some Carl Weezer? I've given Jackson some shit recently that his hair and his glasses makes him look like Carl Weezer. I'm not trying to be rude, but he just looks a little like Carl Weezer. No offense, Jackson, but Carl Weezer's action. He's a funny person on the show.
Matt, next time I see you, can you wear your old glasses and I can draw a lightning bolt on your forehead?
You're funny. Okay. For your number
Alright, my number 2 is Naruto Uzumaki from Naruto. As I said earlier, he's a very goofy character. He tries to stay positive. Like, he's just a very well-spirited, good-hearted being. And yeah, he's just awesome.
Okay, that was a very boring answer, but thank you. For your number 1 spot?
Mac, what's your number 2?
I just said Carl Weezer.
Well, what was your number 3?
Oh, sorry. Peter Griffin. I like Peter Griffin. He's funny. I like how he farts and makes face. Okay.
Have you ever watched the episode of Peter Griffin Fights a Chicken?
Kill yourself.
It was such a good wasted 10 minutes.
No shit, bro. Like, they have multiple episodes of that. They have like 12
I'm talking about... Wait, do they really?
Yes.
Oh, I've only seen one. Okay. Now, for our honorable mentions...
I don't have one. I didn't know
so you just
honorable mentions.
Well, yeah, I didn't either until just now. But
let me just look up Christian characters.
Honorable mentions. So I actually did have a tough time making my list. But like Kakashi Hatake from Naruto, Deku from My Hero Academia, SpongeBob from SpongeBob SquarePants, Squidward from SpongeBob SquarePants, Amethyst from Steven Universe.
You only get 3.
Oh. Well then I would have to say SpongeBob, Kakashi, Amethyst.
Okay, I would have to say SpongeBob. Oh my god, what was it? SpongeBob. Oh my god, I just looked at it. Hold on. SpongeBob. Give me a second. Give me an hour. Hold on.
Alright.
Stewie Griffin, SpongeBob, Stewie Griffin, and Shrek.
Shrek. Oh no, I feel awful.
I feel like I should have
I forgot about
changed.
Shrek.
I feel like I should have changed fucking Keanu Reeves to that, but I'm good with my answer. For our number
Mac, how long have we been recording? I just realized didn't set a timer.
I don't know how long. Okay, so your
Check.
number 1.
My number 1 is Kusou Saiki from The Disastrous Life of Saiki K. He's just a weird character overall. Like, he doesn't find interest in girls because he doesn't see their appearance or anything. He just sees their skin, or not even their skin, like their muscle and all that, and he hates people.
Oh, so do you?
Yeah.
Apparently?
Yeah.
Oh,
I hate
before
you.
before we continue, before we even recorded, Jackson just yelled at his sister. It scared me. I've never heard him yell like that. Like, what
So
happened?
easily mute my mic. Carry on with the podcast.
Okay.
Alright, Mac, what's your number 1?
Batman. That guy is fucking lit. I've loved him ever since I was born. He's so much fun to watch. I might be the only person who hates this. I didn't like the Dark Knight Rises films. I didn't like them.
It's the only ones that I've watched, and they were my favorite.
I like the Batman Arkham games. I love Kevin Conroy. He voices like the best Batman. And I like Mark Hamill. He voices the best Joker. So in my opinion, I think Batman's the best.
Alright, unpopular opinion. Batman's not a superhero, he's a vigilante.
Shut up.
He's not a superhero.
I don't care.
The Green Arrow isn't a superhero, he's a vigilante. They're basically the same person.
Shut your fucking mouth. I will.
Both multi-millionaires with a butler who helps them.
I will kill you.
Just saying the only difference is
Shut this up.
the Green Arrow found love.
Shut up. Next question. Top 5. I'm just kidding. Okay. We're gonna go back to number 6 in a minute. If magic was real, what nature would you try to learn and specialize?
So if we're doing like elemental, if we're doing elemental natures, it'd either be water or lightning or probably both, because that would just
Only
be dope.
one.
Well then, water.
Me too. Water.
Well, now I'm doing lightning.
I want lightning then.
Oh, I'm not doing
I'm
that.
just doing water.
Alright, go ahead. You can get yourself wet and then the ground near you wet, and then I'm just gonna do a lightning spell and it's gonna connect you.
Fuck you. I could drown you. I could literally drown you.
I could shock myself back to life with a lightning spell.
Not when you're dead.
You don't know me.
I do.
Alright, but a nature I would probably love to learn is the seductive nature of getting...
Let's see.
Shut up. Is the seductive nature of talking to... Mac, I will beat you up. The seductive nature of talking to women. Now...
You fucking virgin.
I can't flirt for the life of me. I don't know how I've
I can
had
agree.
girlfriends. I don't know how to flirt.
Yo, Jackson, say if I was a girl, how would you flirt with me? Like, no, say if I'm just like a girl, whatever you like, how would you start off a conversation?
Hi.
Kill yourself.
That's how I start my conversations. My bad. I just go, hi, how are you? Or I'll ask how your day was, and then I'll be like, and if there was something bad, I'll ask what was bad about it. Is there any way I can help? I'm just nice.
My grandpa just died, and I was wondering if you could donate $10,000
To my PayPal directly to me. Not my family, to me.
To my PayPal, I'll give them the money. It's just like, I've been kind of in pain recently.
So I was hoping like you could help me get some Gucci.
Yeah, see the Gucci store down there?
Not probably just like a seductive nature. That way I could just make like any person wanna fuck me or something like that.
I said Cummins.
It's just like Avada Kedavra, you are now my sex slave.
People I know are watching this. Probably my mom.
I'm joking. No, I would probably be like lightning and water. I would want to do both of those.
Yeah, probably lightning and water.
How about you do water and earth, jackass?
I like you play yourself. I love the way you said jackass. I don't know what was about it. Why don't you go get water and earth, jackass? Why'd you go get water and earth, jackass? Okay.
Alright, how long have we been recording? I didn't set a timer.
I don't even know how to check.
Check whatever you're recording on.
No, it's fine. Well, I'll be done in a minute. I'll be only recording for 10 minutes.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No.
It has been longer than 10 minutes.
Jackson, it's been 10 minutes.
It has been longer.
Jackson, I'm literally looking at the timer.
Send me a picture.
Okay. Anyways.
I do not believe this.
Next question.
Alright. If animals could talk, which animal you own would be most annoying?
I feel like Chester would be fun.
It has not been 10 minutes. It's been 20 or 30, maybe 40.
I just sent you a picture.
Mac, you sent me a text like 5 minutes into the podcast saying this is going too fast. And it's been 20 minutes since then.
No, it hasn't. Liddy, I just sent you a picture.
You sent it at 2:04. It's 2:25.
Look at the picture.
You didn't send me anything.
No, you did. Okay.
Alright.
Stop breaking the silence. I feel
Wait,
like,
so what was your answer?
I feel like my dog Willow.
My Willow, she seems super nice.
Yeah, she does seem nice. No, I don't think Chester be annoying, but he'd be so Down syndromed. It'd be so funny. I think Honey Bear would be like, hey, how's it going? That'd be kind of annoying.
Just like really special ed. Just, hey, how's it going, guys?
I think Honey Bear. She'd probably be pretty annoying. What about you? Snore! Snore!
It would either be my cat Sky, because she never shuts up when she's meowing, so she would always be talking, or my dog Harry, for the same reason. He never stops barking, so he'd always be talking.
Okay.
He also licks a lot, so it'd also be weird.
Okay. Terrible answer. I like it. Biggest weakness?
My biggest weakness? Trusting people, probably.
Yeah, I don't like trusting people.
No, you can't take my answer, Mac.
Yeah, trusting people, I think.
Mac, fuck you.
What did I do?
Choose a different answer, jackass.
Fine. I don't think my biggest weakness is like waking up in the middle of the night and having to go pee. That's like the most painful thing.
My biggest physical weakness? Getting kicked in the dick.
What are you talking about? That's the best fucking feeling.
Man accused of ejaculating in his boss's coffee every day for 4 years. Guess you could call that an ejaculate. Or maybe a frappuccino.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. So, any more questions before?
If you could have any characters, like TV character or cartoon characters, superpowers, what would they be?
Batman.
Batman doesn't have superpowers.
Yeah, he does.
What, being rich?
Yeah, being a Playboy millionaire. Come on now. Fine, I'll have Iron Man's, bro. Okay, actually, I think having Superman's powers would actually be kind of cool. Fly around, teleport to places. Not teleport, but fly to that place.
Probably like,
Can you shut the fuck up?
being. Jeez. Sorry. If you haven't realized yet, this is not a PG podcast. This is PG 13 and up.
Yeah.
As we're 13, 14,
I'm 14.
max 13.
I'm 14!
So probably like chakra control or being a character from Naruto, being able to control chakra would be pretty cool, especially if I had like the Sharingan also. Cause like, what's better than doing a few things with your hands and then breathing fire?
Everything.
Exactly.
Ejaculating.
Besides money, but
I like ejaculating.
notifications: your CPU temperature has exceeded 8,125 degrees Celsius.
And the sun.
Prolonged use at this temperature may shorten the CPU's lifespan. Sun 5,778 degrees Celsius. My PC has exceeded hold on, let me do the math. 2,500 degrees.
Yo, can you send me that? I want to put it on the screen.
Yeah, I got you. I'll also send you the
I saw this
Ejaculate
and
one.
I love it.
I'll send you the Ejaculate one.
No, please don't.
I
I'm
did.
gonna look at it anyway. Why does he look so mad? I did this. I'm happy. Anyway, so
For $1,200, we'll come to your house just as COVID-19 rescue team and take you from your wife for a 14-day fishing trip and return you.
anyway, guys, I think we have completed our questions.
Yeah, I think this has been a pretty good podcast.
Not as good as our first one. First one
So-
was supposed to be his best.
Mac, you lost a follower on Instagram.
What? Did I really?
Yes.
Fuck!
Make sure to follow me on all socials.
Me too.
On
Me
all
too.
social medias
too.
down in the description below. And make sure to follow Mac. Also, he'll put my Instagram, my Twitter, my Snapchat, my YouTube down in the description, and he'll also put his in the description. Make sure to go follow and subscribe and all that. And we'll see you in the next podcast. Mac is now at 98 followers on Instagram.
Wow,
He's so close to 100.
Good night, guys.
He's at 99. See y'all later. Have a good night. Have a good day. Make sure to be positive. See you later.